Hi, One Best PR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are taking a look at preseason week 3 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We're going to take a look at 3 games right now, starting with Cincinnati and Chicago. It is Friday, so these lines have matured a bit. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. 3 games going tonight. Do you have any premium picks at your site?
I do. As I file this, I have 2 for Friday night. I have 3 for Saturday, including 2 wise guy plays, the highest play in the handicapping industry.
OffshoreInsiders.com is where you can find those plays. Chicago and Cincinnati. This is, one of these interesting preseason games. A lot of factors that we tend to see over and over again, right? Cincinnati did not look good in their last game, and you have to assume that Andy Dalton and the rest of the offense are going to try to step it up here to play well in week 3. But we see another one of these stats. Marvin Lewis and the Cincinnati Bengals do not have a good record historically in week 3 of the preseason. 3-9 over the last 12 seasons. That's straight up. That's what everyone's talking about. Both Cincinnati games went under, and then also Chicago is having a ton of issues at wide receiver, right? They're completely banged up at wide receiver during the regular season, as we've discussed in previous videos about the preseason. That might be a major concern for Chicago, but here they're probably just going to, ignore it and be happy to lose the game if it costs them the game. But then again, I don't know. Bengals have such a bad record in week 3 of the preseason. I guess I'd be leaning under 42.5 right now. Cincinnati's 3.5 or 4-point favorite. What's your take on this game, Joe?
Well, the Bears starters are going to play into the third quarter, and that's about the maximum the teams are going to play in the third game of the preseason. As you said, Alshon Jeffrey is out, Marquez Wilson. So, yes, the Bears will be very thin at wide receiver. That may or may not be that bad of a thing. Chicago, they're trying to go to a little bit more run-oriented, and they're very deep at running back. So I do think they're going to have some success at the running back position. They're also deep at the defensive back. So, and in the case of Cincinnati, no, I don't expect any sense of urgency. As you said, Marvin Lewis generally treats the third game as a preseason game, and it's not like he's breaking in a ton of new players. Even A.J. McCarron is now settled as the backup quarterback. They cut Josh Johnson. That kind of takes the urgency away from that. I think all in all, what I'm going to go with is, a very good system play here. Mm-hmm. And it's underdogs of 3.5 to 10 points off of consecutive wins. And if they have a winning record during the preseason, are a pretty impressive 52-18 against the spread. That would obviously favor those Chicago Bears.
So you're going to go official with a pick on Chicago at +4?
You got it.
All right, that sounds great, and that certainly will play into anyone who's looking to bet against Marvin Lewis and the Bengals in week 3 of the preseason. That angle, and I think I might go with a play on the under 42.5. I mean, Chicago, we know they're probably going to run a lot, especially with all their issues at receiver. The defense is pretty good. Dalton on the first string offense had some issues last game, so if that repeats here, 42.5 is a pretty high total. It could go under, right?
I would agree with that. I think the fact that both offenses will be playing probably into the third quarter, you want to take that into consideration, but it sounds like a pretty solid play. So, I guess we can each give them an official play.
All right, let's do it. Joe Duffy, I love your system, your reasoning here. Joe Duffy taking a shot with Chicago right now. +4 is one of the market-wide numbers. That's going to be official for him, and I am going to go with an under right now. 42.5 is one of the market-wide numbers. 2 official plays on Chicago and Cincinnati for me and Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks, Joe.